Hey there, I hope you're doing well. So, recently my wife went to a eye specialist. So, I gave her company like always. And after she was done with her, checkup, I thought, okay, I should get my eyes checked up as well because in my life I have never went into a eye specialist. So that was my first time. I was, my eyes were getting checked up by some eye specialist. So I just, thought, okay, that will be nice. So let's see if there is any problem or something like that. So when the doctor was checking my eyes in a machine called something like that, I'm not sure what this machine is called, right? So he said that, hey dude, you have power. I was like, okay, I'm not sure. So he said that he asked this very interesting question. He asked me that, don't you feel anything different? I was like, no, sometime I feel maybe something is different, but I'm not sure, but I feel okay. There is no problem I see. He said, dude, you have around minus 1.5. I was like, oh my God, really? So he said, yeah. So what he did is that he, made me sit into a chair and he started changing all those lenses to see which lens will be perfect for my eye. So when he was changing those lenses, I was seeing things clear. There was a board, in front of me. So he was, constantly, talking with me like, oh, do you see that character? Do you see the last character? Do you see the last line? So I was just, trying to read and everything. So the moment he was changing those glasses, I was seeing better and better and better. I was like, what the hell? I was okay with all the things that I have been seeing, maybe for 5 years or 6 years. I don't know how many years I have been seeing those things with my own eyes, and it was getting okay for me because my eyes were not in a bad shape for like in one day, right? So that was okay for me what I was seeing each and every day, but it was not really okay when I started. When he started changing those glasses, I was seeing things better. So that's what actually happens in our life as well. When we see something for a longer period of time, we create this notion about each and everything. Suppose you see a guy, cut his hair in a certain manner. We sometimes judge that, okay, that guy might be doing TikToks. That's why his, hair is colored in a different way and it is cut in a different way. So sometimes we may see a girl in a different kind of dress and we think that, okay, that we start judging her character sometime and what not, right? So these are all the conditioning that happens to our brain for a longer period of time, just like that happens to my eyes, right? So I want to share a great story from the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And also, guys, that's a highly recommended book. I also feel that's a father of self-help books. If you want to read that book, there is a link in the description of this podcast. So the story was really amazing. The Stephen Covey, the author of this book, he was traveling by a bus. So the bus was quiet. Nobody was talking or anything like that. But suddenly, two people entered into the bus, a father and his child. So once the child entered, the environment of the bus actually changed. Why? Because the children, those children that they were present there, they were like making chaos to the bus, throwing candy wrappers, throwing paper, disturbing each and everyone's activity and whatnot. So everyone getting annoyed at the bus, and everyone also noticed that the father was not doing anything about it. He was just sitting there and doing nothing. He was in some other zone, right? So the author thought, okay, let's just ask the father to, control his child. So he went to the father and asked that, sir, can you please take care of your children? He is making chaos in the bus and everyone is getting annoyed. So the man replied that an hour ago, their mother has died. So he's not sure that what to do with them. And suddenly everyone's perspective was changed at that point, including the authors. So point here is that when we see new thing, right, instead of judging, ask what others also think, right? Because we may get a different perspective. Okay, and we don't need to wait. We don't need to wait for every time. Like every time, we don't need to wait for this kind of perspective changing instances, because the things that happened with Stephen Covey, it was a perspective changing instance, right? And we can't really wait for that always. Sometime we need to go to the doctor and get our eyes checked as well, like whether if everything is okay or not, and try to see if there is a new angle. So that's it for today's podcast. If you like that podcast, give that a thumbs up and subscribe from wherever you're listening to. And if you have any message or query, please do send us a message via ImpleBooks at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So that's it for today. Have a good day.